Boop, boop, boo, boo, doo, 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 doo. I haven't slept in over a long time. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
You almost clapped.
I almost clapped, but then you kind of lost all rhythm and melody.
It went away.
Which it's fair. You haven't slept at all.
I haven't slept at all, but we're good. And Rob has had too much coffee. You had coffee.
I had coffee for the first time in a while. I was going into this knowing I needed a boost of energy.
Yeah.
After the last episode, no,
like, no.
not my tempo. So I wanted something to pick me up. I drank that about 2 hours ago, and I'm still feeling it. That's
great.
Half of a coffee.
Oh, good Lord.
Half of a black coffee. So yeah. Hi, this is How to Not.
Hi.
My name is Ramon.
I'm Caitlin Alexander.
This is a show where we learn everything we need to know to be a real human being.
Yes.
By reading WikiHow articles, real WikiHow articles.
Which are the most helpful type of articles on the planet.
They are filled only with accurate, sensible information.
Only with lived human experiences.
Human experiences, that's what you need. Forget experts, forget
data,
forget common
science.
sense. What you need is a bunch of random people on the internet telling you how to live your life.
Who may or may not be like under 18 years old.
What do you think is the average WikiHow user?
I don't know. Have you ever contributed to a WikiHow article in your life?
No, I did contribute to Wikipedia when I was a bored 14-year-old.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's the same demographic.
Okay, but there's more production value to a WikiHow. It has to be organized into sections. It has all these images and stuff.
Sorry, did you just say that WikiHow has production value?
Compared to Wikipedia.
I guess so,
Wikipedia is that gauche all-white background. WikiHow has some green sprinkled in. It has some watercolor images. Yeah. Sometimes it has GIFs. I'm pretty sure this one has animated GIFs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so what's today's article?
How to keep yourself from getting scared while home alone, which is a real thing that I, to this day, still have to deal with. I hear a sound, and I'm just like, goodbye, everyone. I've shit my pants. Goodbye.
But just because you heard a sound at home.
Yeah, and I assume it's either a ghost or somebody's coming to kill me. Or it's a raccoon eating through my wall.
What about if it's a ghost raccoon that's eating through your wall in order to come and kill you?
Man, that just sounds like a dream.
Dream or nightmare?
Same difference.
I guess so. Are all your dreams nightmares?
Fun fact about me.
Have we considered that the average WikiHow user might be Macaulay Culkin?
That is a fair point.
Because he was home alone.
Yes.
He got bored pretty quickly.
He got bored within like the first 5 minutes.
That's what people don't talk about. That movie, all the traps that he sets up, which is completely not set up in any way that he has this like engineering expertise in order to create all these traps and identify exit points and whatnot. But he also... It's kind of like that problem where like everyone points out in The Dark Knight where Batman presumably spent 5 minutes pouring gasoline on the side of a bridge to make a bat symbol. Yeah. Kevin McAllister knew that these thieves were coming with like maybe 1 day's notice, and he sets up. He spends way too much time.
Don't worry.
He's lackadaisical about it
also,
too.
Also, as you're talking about this, I'm pretty sure that I've never watched Home Alone.
Oh.
But I did play the Sega handheld game version of Home Alone where you had
Sega?
Yeah, I still have it. It's a handheld Sega. It runs on like 4 or 6 AA's. And there's like it's like a before Game Boys were a thing. This terrible system was a thing.
I thought I knew video games. I have no idea what
I'm going to bring it in
about.
and you're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
So from the video game alone, what is the plot line of Home Alone? And we will get back to this WikiHow article.
Terrible, neglectful parents leave their kid at home and don't seem to notice.
Yeah. 2
adults come in and start trying to mess with like a 6-year-old.
Pretty much.
He destroys them.
Destroys them.
Yes.
How do you play a Home Alone game? Like, what is the weaponry? How do you attack?
Essentially, what I remember of it is, like, you had to go pick up, like, marbles and stuff from around your house while avoiding these men in the house and set up traps for them.
So you had to set up the traps while they're there?
Yes. It was very hard and very stressful.
Okay. How do you avoid them?
You can't really. Like, you just... it's an old game.
Is it like a side-scrolling game? I'm just trying to picture it.
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling game.
Okay, but they're also
But there's, like, doors that you have to walk through, and, like, you can get lost in your house. It's a lot. It was a lot. Just wait till I show you that game in real life.
Okay, fair. So you are going in with that knowledge.
I have that knowledge, yeah. So I'm just going to say 100% of readers found this article helpful.
That is promising.
That's 13 votes.
Okay.
There's 25 co-authors, and it has been viewed 120,000 times.
And we are 120,001.
Well, it's 120,666.
So that's not good.
That is not a good sign.
That's not helpful.
No. So this is the description of it.
Okay.
Many people find the prospect of being home alone scary. You may get nervous by strange noises or sounds when you're hanging out at home without others. Fortunately, there are some easy tricks you can use to stay calm at home, even when no one else is around. There's a lot that's happening. So method 1, staying busy when you're home alone. Distract yourself with fun activities. If you're nervous about being home alone, the best way to stay busy is to find something to do. Instead of seeing being home alone as a burden, see it as a chance to have the full run of the house. Do something that you enjoy without worrying about annoying others. Think of all the entertainment devices you can now use. You can watch whatever you want on TV or play any games you want on the computer.
I have so much time for entertainment devices.
Oh yeah, my favorite entertainment devices. So that's the first step. Distract yourself. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Were you ever banned from doing things at home, like when you lived with your parents? And what age range is this targeting? Because if this is like for me right now, this is describing like the things I do when my girlfriend leaves and I can finally just play video games for like 9 hours.
Video
by
games
myself.
Or entertainment devices.
Exactly. Yeah. Or the entertainment devices.
Your entertainment devices such as your 6 CD changer and your
and my Tamagotchi.
Your Tamagotchi, your Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
And your Sega game
my Sega handheld
console.
Shit.
So it's either grown people who finally get the run of the house.
Wow.
I've been waiting for mother and father to leave in order to get the run of the house.
Yeah.
Jeeves, take a bath.
Jeeves, go.
It's my time to shine. Oh, I'm going to have the oven and the microwave going at once just because I can.
Shit.
Just because
Holy
I can.
Shit, blowing fuses everywhere.
This is my Macaulay Culkin impression,
That's
by the way.
That's very good.
So yeah, if you have just the house to yourself, what would be what's the first thing you do when you are alone at home?
Take off my pants.
That's fair.
That is like my first thing.
Pants
come off, and then like chips are brought out. Like Doritos.
No pants, yes chips.
Yes.
Pants out, chips in.
Pants out, chips in.
Pants out, chips in. Hashtag something. That makes sense. What I would probably I'm pretty boring. Put on the PlayStation entertainment device.
Okay,
that is the full name of it, by the way. This is the Sony PlayStation Entertainment Device 4. And then boot up Star Wars and probably just play that for about 3 hours until I'm no longer home alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it's a pretty boring life, but also I don't have access to marbles. I don't have access to tacks.
It's true.
I don't have access to whatever wiring he used to electrocute the door. The door? I think he electrocuted the door.
Yeah. Also, what was the security system like in that movie if these people were just able to come in? I assumed he was a rich kid.
Well, it was the 90s. Nobody had home security.
Fucking 90s.
Nobody had home security.
I grew up with home security. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I used to sleepwalk as a kid, and I would run outside in my pajamas while I was sleeping. So my parents had to get a security system to alert them that I was trying to leave the house at night.
But wouldn't that just alert them that somebody, which was you, was trying to get back inside afterward?
No.
Oh.
Because like it would go off as soon as you like open the front door, and I would just like open the front door and just run out in my pajamas because like in my dream the house was on fire or something.
So you weren't even sleepwalking, you were sleep running.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think there's some sort of deep-seated psychoanalytical reason why you kept running out of your house in the middle of the night?
Honestly, exercise.
Oh, fair.
Probably.
Your body's just like, you gotta fit this in at some point.
My awake brain is like, hell no. My sleep brain is like, hell yeah.
I will pick up the slack here.
Yes.
Wake brain, you'll thank me in the morning.
Exactly.
What's up? What's up next?
Okay, I don't agree with this step. I'm just going to say that right up front.
A rare, just outright refusal to take this next step.
Call a friend or family member. If you're feeling nervous, call someone. You will feel less alone if you're able to talk to a family member or friend. Have someone in mind to call in the event you get scared home alone. You may want to let someone know ahead of time that you may need to call if you get scared. That way, the person will be expecting your call.
So, again... Who is this targeting? Because if it's a grown person who maybe has a significant other, that they're home alone when the significant other isn't there.
I assume the significant other's busy.
Right. So the significant other isn't the person that you can call.
Yes.
But I could say, Caitlin.
Yes.
For this weekend, I'm going to be home alone between 4 and 6.
Yes.
My significant other is going to be doing an errand. And then again from about 8 till 7 a.m. just because they're going to be going and visiting their parents.
Yeah.
And then the next day, 12 to 1 because they're just going to go out and grab some lunch.
Yeah.
If you could stay by your phone at all times, my life may depend on it. I am alone and vulnerable.
I'm the wrong person to talk to because I usually just let all calls go to voicemail.
All right, well then now I have to scratch Caitlin off of my Home Alone emergency
And now
list.
who do you have? If I called my mom every time I was home alone, she'd be like, stop calling me.
I think that's fair. I think if you called anybody every time you were home alone, they would probably be like, I'm not your friend anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Please erase my number.
Or you could call Macaulay Culkin. Just be like, hey, sup? So I'm home alone and I needed to call an expert.
I hear you're the expert. And these internet strangers didn't tell me all the things. Because here's the problem.
Yeah.
WikiHow.
Yes.
You are about to tell us everything that we should do while we are home alone.
Yes.
Other than just for the comfort of calling a close personal friend. Yeah. Why would I be calling this other person when I know everything I need to know in order to be home alone from this article?
Well, I feel like this is just like a backup in case you get real freaked out.
Okay.
Like you're just like sitting at home.
So shouldn't it be at the end of the article?
You'd think so. We've gone through the fact that they have issues
Somebody
with
should
lists.
Please, somebody out there, do a counter of every time we make a comment that this seems like an out of order WikiHow article.
It'll be every single time.
If you pay yourself a quarter every time we make that complaint, you would be moderately
wealthy.
You would have a moderate allowance of every week.
So the third step, be productive. If there are any chores you need to get done, focus your energy there and distract yourself from being home alone. Think about anything you've been putting off. Instead of focusing on the anxiety of being home alone, channel your energy towards a specific task. I don't vibe with this because when I'm home alone, I'm like, this is when I don't do things. This is when every part of me that's responsible just seeps out of my pores and becomes a lazy blob that sits on the couch.
Like some sort of exorcism where just the responsibility leaves your system.
It just leaves my soul. And then whenever whoever comes home, I'm like immediately like, I just suck it back in and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have done those chores.
Right. Because here's the problem.
Yeah.
The opposite is your significant other comes home.
Yes.
They see all the work they've done. They get it in their mind. Yeah. Every time they leave,
you're going to do
actually going to do the chores that you were asked to do.
And then it becomes like a plan of theirs. They can get out of it.
And it's kind of insulting to your significant other because now you're kind of training them like a dog that they know if they leave the apartment, they can come back and something will be cleaned or done for them.
You're not wrong.
And I don't want to put that idea in my significant other's head.
I really don't either.
No.
Oh, man.
I don't want that burden on me.
God, no. If I had to do all the chores myself, I would lose my mind.
Because, well, yeah, they would start going, I don't want to do these chores.
Yeah.
You know what I should do? I should go take a walk around the park. Come back. Oh, all the chores are done.
Come back. Oh, I was gone for 2 hours. What happened?
I was around the corner at the store, and it looks like you got scared and you cleaned up the den, huh?
You look outside while you're home alone. You just see your like significant other just sitting reading on a bench, just right outside.
I was about to go outside and rake those leaves, and you're just lounging in them.
They were comfortable.
What up?
Yeah.
And also you would know it's a big fight the first time that they come back and you haven't done those chores.
It's not worth it.
Because they're going to be like, I can't vocalize why I'm angry because I've been manipulating you.
Exactly.
But I'm very upset. And then you should never go to sleep angry at your significant other.
Absolutely not.
Follow this WikiHow article. You're going to break up with your significant
You're
other.
going to destroy your only relationships.
I think that's the conclusion we've come to. Yep.
The fourth part is do some exercise. It just elaborates on exercise, and I don't want to read it because I don't agree with the point of doing exercise.
And really, it's already been covered because exercise is the chore of the body.
Exercise is a chore of the body?
It is.
That's good.
If you think about it.
It's true.
So if you run out of things to do around exterior to yourself, you then turn interior.
You build the interior up.
Either using some physical exercise, or if it next tries to tell you that you should just do some sort of like mental exercises, like some Sudokus.
Yes.
Or some like memory improvement games, some Brain Age on the Nintendo DS, Sega handheld console. No, I'm not.
Entertainment device?
I think that this entire thing is just... What if this is in the pocket of big exercise, big entertainment device, big marble? I'm not into this.
I'm not into this, and none of these things have helped me so far.
Big marble has never helped me in my life.
Never.
I can say that for sure. 99% sure. big marble has never been there for me.
That 1%.
I might be just forgetting a marble-related pro in my life, a positive marble-related experience, but I'm relatively sure.
Amazing. Okay, so this is method 2, calming down if something scares you.
Okay.
Acknowledge your mind is playing tricks on you. It's easy to let your thoughts spin out of control when you're anxious. If you, say, hear a strange noise, your mind may jump to the worst-case scenario. Remember, your mind tends to play tricks on you when you're anxious. Try to be aware of what you're thinking and take control of troublesome thoughts. As someone with anxiety, that's the worst tip I've ever heard.
Shut up and deal with it.
Tell your anxious mind, shut up, you're wrong. Yeah, good luck.
I mean...
If I have the thought, I'm already 20 steps ahead of the thought, just like panicking.
Is it just like left brain, right brain, just kind of arguing with each other?
It's like my lizard brain just wants to just shrivel up and cry.
I mean, that is a good way to spend time, though, shriveling up and crying.
Actually, yeah. It's really cleansing for the... like, you know, like they say, like, juice cleanses?
Yep.
I go for the anxiety tear cleanse.
Right.
Where I just,
you just cried out your system.
Devoid my body of all hydration and then replenish it. And then I go, wow, I wasted an entire day.
and it doubles because all the responsibility in your body actually is stored in your salty water.
Your sweat glands.
And sweat.
Yeah.
So if you just cry... Is sweat and tears, do they come from the same place?
You know, Rob?
Let's say yes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Sure.
So you just cry in a little ball, and then all your responsibility gets out of you, your anxiety gets out of you, and suddenly you're not home alone anymore because you've been crying so loud that your neighbors have called for someone to come and help.
That is true. This is a great tip.
Guys, we
solved it.
We're getting so many places. If you are home alone and you don't want to be, just cry so loudly that someone will fix the situation for you.
That's such a terrible trick. I love it.
You know what? It is a terrible trick, and how dare WikiHow tell us to do that?
True.
WikiHow.
Number 2, question nervous thoughts. You should question any thoughts you have that don't seem rational when you're home alone. When you start to get scared over a particular scenario, stop and ask yourself something like, honestly, what's the worst thing that could happen here? Don't ask yourself that if you have anxiety.
What's the worst thing that could happen here? Oh no.
Oh no. And then your brain just goes, fire.
Oh no. Badly burnt, you say.
Badly burnt.
To shreds, you say.
There's a ghost in the hallway. What?
What's the worst that could happen? My Aunt Sylvia, my dead Aunt Sylvia has come back to haunt me. Oh no. This is the worst thing. I did not get along with Aunt Sylvia.
No, and she told me one day, your intrusive thoughts, I'm going to be part of them.
I'm going to be in your head. When Aunt Sylvia on her deathbed, it was kind of rude of her to say, every time you're alone, I will be there with you, whether you want me to or not. And I thought that was kind of rude of her.
She meant it in a comforting way, but honestly...
And you know what? Everyone said I was the bad guy for yelling at someone on their deathbed, but really... I didn't like being cursed like that.
But really, fuck Aunt Sylvia.
Fuck Aunt Sylvia. She's going to have words for me next time I'm alone.
When you're home alone.
Oh, no.
Number 3, practice deep breathing. Simply breathing can help release tension and ground you in reality. If you start to get nervous home alone, do some simple deep breathing exercises to calm down and return your mind to the present. So, this I have less of an issue with, except for the fact that my cat, when I do deep breathing exercises, seems to think that I am slowly depriving myself of air and just like panics and like comes and hits me in the face. I'm not kidding. This is the thing she does. So if I'm like trying to calm down, I'll deep breathe and she'll just walk up to me and thwack me in the face.
Okay.
So it's not a good method to calm me down.
Well, here's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
Are you home alone if you have a pet?
Ooh, that is a good question. Do pets count as people? Are pets people too? Pets are people too.
This feels like a whole ethical grounds that a can of worms.
Well,
that
here's my thought.
Yeah.
My cat, if somebody broke into my house or if something happened, would not be able to defend me.
Would your significant other be able to defend you?
Yeah, she would fucking
Okay, so that's
go
the line.
crazy.
That's the line you're drawing. Okay, so if you are in a room with somebody, but they are not physically able to defend you from someone, you're not really with that person. You're home alone.
Exactly.
This is the line of logic that Caitlin has drawn up. I'm just pointing it out.
I mean, except for like if you're disabled, you're fine. You're there.
They're still people.
Yeah, exactly.
Caitlin Alexander, you are going to put your name onto the statement, disabled people are people too.
Yes.
Okay. Might be controversial.
Controversial to many people online who are assholes.
But barring disabled people.
Yes.
By which I mean excluding them from this specific thing I'm about to say, not banning them from ever being in my life. Barring disabled people, if they can't physically defend you,
like a child,
then they don't really exist.
Like if you're home alone with your child,
yes,
are you really with anyone?
No, children are not meant to be seen or heard, so it's really like you're home alone.
It is true. Yeah. That is very true.
Your child is meant to act like a Buster Bluth and just kind of be hiding around the corner at all times.
So I have a question for you.
Yep.
You have a dog.
Yes.
Who's a very cute little pupper named Izzy.
Yes.
Do you think she counts? Do you think she would...
As a person?
Do you think that if you were home alone...
She's a thing.
She's a thing.
She's a thing that I can pose for cameras and I can...
bring to work.
I can just kind of cuddle or I can just like lightly pet whenever I want to feel the warmth of something.
Yeah.
But no, she's a thing.
Yeah.
And her personal opinions are not worth a damn.
That's
so
fair.
I mean, if she's sleeping somewhere and then I want to cuddle her, I don't consider her feelings in that.
That's true. Neither do I.
That's how I define a person.
Yeah.
Do I consider their feelings when I want to cuddle them? No. Well, sorry, yes, if it's a person. No, if it's my stupid dog is.
She's really cute, though.
But she's real stupid.
But she's real dumb.
And so her opinions don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So this is the fourth.
She couldn't defend me from Aunt Sylvia if she tried.
It's true.
She couldn't.
No.
It's just the truth.
It would be so bad.
She couldn't set up a
She doesn't even have teeth, does she?
No, she had almost all of her teeth taken out.
So she couldn't even bite somebody. She would just gum them.
No, and she couldn't set up a marble trap if she tried.
That's true. That's true. Dogs are useless at that.
What's the point of a dog?
You can't set up marble traps.
Can't set up marble traps.
This is the last part of this method. Mm-hmm. Visualize a calming scenario. Your imagination can run really wild when you're upset. Instead of letting your imagination scare you, redirect it. Envision a calming scenario when your thoughts tend to spiral towards anxiety. What's your calming scenario? Your go-to.
Right. Yeah. So I'm home alone and my dog is there being cuddled and I'm playing Star Wars. Yeah. So actually, I just kind of do my calming thing.
You do your calming thing.
So I'm always calm when I'm home alone.
That's good.
And Aunt Sylvia's not screaming in my ear bloody murder.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. My calming scenario usually involves food, so I just like order a lot of food from Uber Eats and just eat it.
Sure.
So me being home alone is actually detrimental to my health because I will just gain 80 pounds.
Okay, so the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is really the most calming movie to you.
Yeah, I love it.
Right.
Oh my God. No, wait, you know what my favorite movie to watch is when I'm like really anxious? Yeah. I'm not kidding. Okay. Have you ever seen $1 Million Cook-Off? It was a really bad Family Channel movie.
This is a movie?
Yeah. It was like this guy who
sounds like a reality show.
It's this guy who played like baseball, and then he discovers that he makes like these really delicious looking hot dogs and enters a cooking competition with Bobby Flay. I'm not kidding you. This is a real movie.
Okay.
And I watch that whenever I'm anxious because the way that hot dog looks makes me feel so calm. And I don't know what that says about me, but like it says a lot.
I think the best part about that is how accessible that movie must be everywhere you are.
Yeah.
If you need that every time you're ever anywhere and you need to be calmed down. So I assume it must be on Netflix. It must be on iTunes.
I bought it on iTunes a long time ago.
Yeah?
It's literally on all my devices. I can watch it at any point in time.
Just because this movie I've literally never heard of in my entire life. I'm surprised it is such a go-to.
It's a really bad movie too.
Okay.
But it's great. So this is the third method. Helping yourself feel safe. Let a neighbor know you'll be home alone. No, I'm going to skip that. That's stupid.
Why?
If my neighbor came up to me, knocked on my door, and went, just so you know, I'm going to be home alone for the night. And I might get anxious, so I might come visit. I'd be like, first of all, we've never had a conversation in my life. I didn't even know what you looked like until this moment when you knocked on my door. Second, no, you're not hanging out. We are not hanging out.
Well, I think this article, like the movie Home Alone, was written in the 90s.
That is true.
Where A, nobody had home security. B, everyone knew their neighbor.
Yeah.
We live in paranoid, anxious times right now. True. People don't know their neighbors. So really, I think what you should take away from this is that you should have a dinner party and invite all your neighbors. Invite all your neighbors.
No.
Even that guy that you're thinking of right now.
Good Lord.
Invite him over.
No.
Ask him to bring his special casserole. Get to know your neighbors.
That literally sounds like my nightmare.
And
do you know your neighbors?
I know the neighbor literally next to me.
Okay.
The people across from me once started a fire and didn't seem to be aware of it because it was just very smoky for a long time.
Oh, no.
And then I talked to the neighbor I knew, and she's like, yes, I do smell smoke as well. And then we figured out, oh, it's this door, knocked on it. They came to the door pretty calm, and I'm like, do you know it smells like smoke coming out of your door right now? And they're like, oh, really? And then they check the kitchen, like,
oh, so my God.
If I die in a fire,
I know what happened now.
It's either them or Count Olaf. So
it's just one of the two.
One of the two.
I think I've talked to my two neighbors once, and that is to set up my email address so they could PayPal me money for internet every month. I literally have never spoken with your neighbors? Yeah, I've never spoken to them ever. I have unlimited internet, so I just was like, whatever, I'll just split it.
With people you don't know.
Yeah.
What? I
pay.
I genuinely don't understand the mindset of you don't want to get to know your neighbors.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trust them with anything.
We share an IP address.
But you share an IP address out of the kindness of your heart.
Well, no, out of the cheapness of my wallet, which is
because they're paying you, right?
It takes $80 a month down to $15 a month for me.
Oh. That actually makes sense.
It worked out.
I would trust a stranger in order to get $65 a month.
It's how cheap are you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the price of my safety.
The price of your safety is approximate to a quarter of the internet
That's the price of potentially getting an email in your inbox saying, your IP address is doing some weird shit. Do you know this?
Man, shit. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Lock the doors and windows.
Well, this seems against the very code that they were trying to set up.
We just invited a neighbor over, and then we immediately lock all the doors and windows behind them and go, you can't leave.
Would you lock? Oh, they're already inside. They're in. I thought it was suggesting you lock the door on your neighbor, which is in some customs, it's a horrible affront.
One or the other.
So you bring in your neighbor.
Yes.
You lock the door behind them. And you say, no one leaves.
You can't leave now.
Because if you leave, I am home alone. And they're like, oh, that's that movie. And you're right. I don't want that to happen.
You're like, also, we can't converse because I have massive social anxiety and I do not want to talk.
I'm going to go sit in this corner. Yes. You can make yourself at home, avoid the marbles on the floor and the various paint cans that are going to be randomly swinging from the roofs, from the ceilings.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then learn the numbers for emergency services. There's one number, and it's 911.
Is that in the WikiHow?
It literally is a photo of a phone that says 911.
It is a phone. It's like, did you ever see Dexter?
Yeah.
The show Dexter?
I did.
Do you remember that show, literally, I liked it at the time, or the first couple of seasons. The one thing I remember the most about that show is every time a phone was shown.
It was super fake?
It was, the letters and numbers were so big.
Yeah.
It was as if you had turned on the old people setting.
Yeah.
And it's like, Deb is calling, but Deb is literally 3 inches wide on a phone that's only 2 inches wide. It was insane.
It was the funniest part of that show.
So that's what that image looks like.
Exactly.
So it doesn't necessarily mention, there's a different poison number. There's a bunch of different numbers.
Well, it says, make sure you have all the numbers on hand in event of an emergency. In many areas, you will simply dial 911.
Not very helpful.
No, not. What is it in England?
199.
Fuck.
Because everything's backwards.
Because everything's backwards.
Like the toilets.
Exactly.
And on the wrong side of the road, driving on the wrong side of the road.
And the driving.
Yeah.
And then this is a final step.
Gotcha.
Make a plan for emergencies. Having a plan can help you feel safe. While an emergency is unlikely, talk to your parents about a game plan in the event something goes wrong. Know who to call if anyone breaks in, and having a hiding spot ready in your home. If it would make you feel better, you can have safety drills with your parents in which you practice how to act during an emergency.
But here's the thing. You're home alone.
Yeah.
Why would you practice drills with your parents?
Yeah, they're not going to be there to help you.
No.
You're going to be alone.
You're going to be alone against Aunt Sylvia.
And let's be real. Aunt Sylvia knew all your tricks, everything that you're doing. Also, my fight or flight reflexes just make me freeze. If something really happened, I would genuinely just be like, well.
Well, here's what is scaring me.
Okay.
You just mentioned Aunt Sylvia knows all the tricks and whatnot. What if
Aunt Sylvia wrote this?
No. It's been 20 years.
Yes.
20 years? 25 years.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
He defeated the thieves.
Yeah.
What if he is the new thief? He's learned all the tricks.
What if every robbery Culkin, ever is made by Macaulay Culkin?
In one of those Mission Impossible masks. He's just constantly in disguise. No, that's my fear. Macaulay Culkin has grown up. He was thrust into this life that he didn't know. The stardom brings him money, access to all the different ways that one could rob a house. Yes. And he knows how to stop them. So he knows how the cops go about it. Yeah. He can invent new ways to rob your house. Oh, shit. And now you're home alone because you contacted Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. I believe at the beginning of this article, we called Macaulay. Yes. We might have asked Macaulay Culkin for advice. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a long 32 minutes of recording. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thief. Instead of Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern, just beware Macaulay Culkin with his long hair, maybe around the corner and coming to get you.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. So that's it. I'm gonna look at a quick look at the Q&A. I'm gonna just skim it, see if anything. Just like there's a lot. There's like 8 or 9.
Let's go through them.
Okay.
Let's just answer with what we think that they should do.
Yeah, we're not going to read the answers.
Gotcha.
What to do when it's your first time staying home alone?
Well, okay, so you are probably 8 years old.
8 years old, yeah.
Because depending on your parents, whether or not you still have a babysitter at that point. Yeah. So you should probably just go watch cartoons. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. Solved.
Because here's the thing. Kids don't necessarily have a sense of time. They may think that they are now... Well, they've been told they run the house. Yeah. By this WikiHow article.
It's true.
So they might think they need to cook. They might think they need to clean. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do it. Just put on some
adventure time. Yeah. You're gonna be fine, kid. You're gonna be good.
Okay.
So that's one WikiHow user, age 8, served.
Yes.
We've helped.
What do you do when you hear footsteps, but there's literally no one in the house? Tell Sylvia to just fuck off.
Just yell out, Sylvia, fuck off.
Yeah.
That will solve it.
You're done.
Yes.
What do you do when you hear sounds lying alone in bed? Sleep.
That makes the most sense.
So just go to sleep.
Because you can't necessarily hear sounds while you're asleep. That's a little something the experts won't tell you.
A little something the experts don't tell you is, in an emergency, just go to sleep. Mm-hmm. You'll be fine.
9 out of 10 doctors agree. Go to sleep during an emergency. And by the time you wake up, everything will be solved one way or another.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Do you just want to fast forward through an emergency? It's like just sleep. It's like going to sleep at Christmas because you're like, all the presents will be here in the morning. Just go to sleep the earlier you can.
Oh my god. Okay, this question just starts in a really fucked up way.
Okay.
I love the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit? But that is about murder. And I am paranoid about somebody breaking into my house and or being hurt/murdered. Mm-hmm. Would this be a disturbance?
Would watching the movie be a disturbance? Yes. I think they're scared of literal cartoon characters that interact with the real world. It's a very
weird
breaking into their house and murdering them.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know what to do in the case of Roger Rabbit coming to murder you and everyone you love.
Well, Roger Rabbit was framed.
Yes. Or was he?
Are you one of these conspiracy theorists?
I'm a Roger Rabbit denier.
One of those people.
One of those.
I forgot. I did watch your YouTube videos.
It's true.
Look, Roger Rabbit was innocent.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of the movie.
Well, I missed the point because I was sleeping because there was an emergency.
So look, either Roger Rabbit or someone might come for you in the middle of the night. They are cartoons, so they are almost impervious to harm. They could have anvils dropped on their heads and they'll just bounce right back. So
it's true.
If you get into this kind of a sticky wicket, I think there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Also, stop taking the drugs that you took that made that possible. Please.
I mean, well, if they bring you joy before they bring you fear.
If they bring you joy before they bring you death, who's
to judge?
Being harmed?
Who's to judge?
Exactly. That's it for this week. I would ask our regular question, but I feel like if you shit your pants while you're at home,
nobody
you're
knows.
Fine.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows you're home alone.
That's
don't even
that's
worry
what
about
half
it.
These shit your pants questions come down to. How to hide it from other people.
Yeah, but if there's no one there, who
Unless
cares?
Aunt Sylvia rats on you.
Aunt Sylvia just writes in your poo. Just.
Oh, I don't like this image.
I do.
Why do you like that?
Because I'm tired, Rob.
That's what I thought you were getting at. All right, well, on that note, best note to leave. Yeah. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and we'll read it on the show. Twitter, How to Not Show, and suggest articles either in those reviews or on Twitter, and we'll take a look at them. And that's about it. We'll be back next week.
And here's a little tunesy for you. Boop, boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I'm home alone. Fuck you, Aunt Sylvia. Bye.